I've met you and we've talked on different occasions. And you know what I'm saying? I heard that song. I know it's icy. So that beat, it makes me think of like almost like DJ Quick in the closet, old school type. You know what I'm saying? Like dead ass. You know what I'm saying? So I get that beat a solid 5 because I know the choice. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's that West Coast. You know what I'm saying? But also still conscious without fucking being too dub C banging. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, respects to the dub. Don't get me wrong, you know what I'm saying?
Bro,
respect.
You could probably get knocked off for shit like that in certain parts of where I'm from. You feel me? You might want to not say, but you with the kids, so you good.
But yeah, real talk.
But let me show you the real way. I'm standing.
Right. So, but I'm just saying, like, it's no disrespect. It's just the cadence in the click because we have to have our own standard. You know what I'm saying? As far as being out from this part, you know
I
what
can
I'm
hear
saying?
him right now trying to JJ. Look at who the Blocker, FIFA. He coming.
Man, damn! I done woke up a giant. I done fucking woke up a giant.
Don't wake up the giant.
Hey, piece of the club, man. Hey, yo, son. Don't care. I don't mean no disrespect for real. I'm just saying though. You know what I'm saying?
So you said 5 for the beat.
5 for the
solid
beat.
5 for the beat.
And then if we going in for the delivery. If we going in for the delivery, yeah, mommies, I pay attention. I play and pay attention. That's the way I get to play. I'm sorry, excuse me. But yeah, for the delivery, I'm gonna give it a 4. Just because I feel like in the delivery, I wanted a little bit more out of the, you know what I'm saying, the creative put. You know what I'm saying? How you enunciate it. Don't get me wrong, like I know what you're saying and I feel what you're saying, your analogies and you know what I'm saying, the references and where you coming from, the struggles and you know what I'm saying, keeping it gutter, I feel that. And what I learned, you know what I'm saying, because I played sports and just because I did different things, you know what I'm saying, like it's not what you say, it's how you say it. When the coach is screaming at you and just saying different things, you be like, hey, motherfucker, I want to punch you in your shit. Yeah. But when you think about what he's saying get in focus. Yeah. When you hear what y'all saying, listen, I came through these trenches. We getting this shit. Regardless of what you motherfuckers is saying about whatever, if you niggas is playing around, blah, 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 we ain't got time for that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I respect it. And then motherfuckers who are downgrading the realness, having an opportunity and a platform taken away from the percenters who are giving this light to those who are not in the shade of where they want to be. Man. We ain't gonna go 51s on them right now, but you know what I'm saying, we could take you to that area and then put you around some aliens and you'd be like, yo, them cosmic consciousness people, how they find us? We beaming and light and Scotty's ain't even messing with it while we do this, you know what I'm saying? But I don't want to take it too far. And then if we're gonna go on overall, I would say that, you know what I'm saying, of course to get a 5 from me. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I can smell it, like I said earlier.
So that's a good 27 up in that motherfucker joint.
Yeah.
27 out of 30. That's a set it off.
Yeah. That's a
set it off. That's dope.
So what we're gonna end the show off with is you guys giving the streets and the listeners a piece of knowledge to walk off with.
Well,
are we gonna start with Omni?
Yeah, let's let the one eye speak before the bell ring, because if the one eye don't speak, if the one eye don't speak if the one eye don't speak amongst the people that know and amongst the people who are seeing, see, in the land of the blind, the one eye man is king. That is truth, and therefore, before the bell shall ring, let the one eye be.
So when we talk about knowledge and we're going to go depth and perception, right?
As deep as you want to go.
I tell people all the time a lot about remembering the self, right? So I just want to give it. I'm going to start with the image that I'm going to tell you how deep I think, and then I'm going to go off from that. All right. You have 2 eyes. In your 2 eyes, they see one image. And there's multiple people with 2 eyes that always see this one image. So in our lives, we're looking at a perception of everything that is furthermore of a third person. Mm-hmm. So when we go into these dimensions, our brain allows us to, even know that we're landed here, grounded, suppressed by gravity, our mind can take us to places that gravity is either unknown, still a presence. It doesn't matter where you can be. It is just the things that you're going to find within your perception that you can understand. Like, I'm really living these lives on alternate paths. Parallel dimensions are always unlocked by the lucidity of the dreams that you believe to think about when you're at a standstill, reflecting later on through the day, during your day, and letting your subconscious, because see, the beautiful thing about the brain is the brain has a subconscious that is a conscious that you can emulate, but you simply can't control. Because if you can control your subconscious, the free will and the power of choice would be sustained by any action or word or instruction that was to be followed. That's just simple quantum relativity, because if there is a presence, there was an electricity, there's an activity that will proceed to meet the action. So that's completing task, and that's simplicity. That's to even make progress, because to build, you have to grow. And for growing, that's the starting off to when you have to build. So to give people that love, I always tell people, no matter what you're going through and how you feeling, always take a day for you to just take a deep breath. See, it's not about how you live, it's about how you breathe. Because if you don't control your breath, you're going to stop breathing.
What I say? I'll be taking a... She'd be like, yeah, all right.
And
yeah,
drink
I'm just
more water.
in
That's
bullshit,
word to my man
Jenkins.
Mick Jenkins, man. Drink more water, because we need to unify and drink water. Because no matter what,
I got the
if
small
you
one
ain't
right here,
drinking
guys.
water, you are going to die. I'm just keeping it flat. I'm not going to talk in riddles. This is facts. Listen, drink water. That corn syrup, that yellow 6, that red 5, that genetically modified M. No, that organism, that genetically modified organism, do not, man, I'm telling you, don't die. Drink water.
Okay.
They feeding that shit to our kids, and that's so sad because people don't have knowledge of it.
We gotta spread it. If we don't start now, then the generation's gonna be forever lost.
Okays all around. Peace to the truth and words to the one eyes who are opening up the other eyes to see with the wide eyes, knowing that we are truth and not in disguise. We are kings, queens, goddesses, natures, beings that are meant to be cosmic. Before I truly sound this sound, I'm going to be known as the bell right now. So, my piece of advice to correlate with my brother, truth be told, is how,
lo and behold,
Quazi.
How you breathe and move on the moon. Now, why do I choose a moon? Why do I choose anything other than how you see perception of life and visualize everything? See, I say the moon because it is a constant current that is changing magnetismally on your subconscious as you vibrate, which is why we must drink more water. Because therefore there is a call within the moon itself, knowing the serenades of the earth, therefore, which is why it is in orbit, for us to take and channel the lucidities of ourselves into a cosmic form, so therefore we may be able to transcend and truly change the consciousness of ourselves. See, because listen, it's ironic and it was cool as fuck. Subliminally, Michael Jackson does a moonwalk, and therefore it is a cosmically change. Therefore, he also ends up tell you his signs and significance of telling you this is it. We don't want to get it talking about the palace and the hotel, but all this extra. That is just a significance of defying gravity itself and a ramification of said so portal. Now, here we're going to get talked about this pandemic, so to say, COVID-19, but then we're also going to translate to this how we want to say, ironically, this has happened after we all somehow changed our brooms to standing still. I don't know if I didn't really do that shit. I didn't partake in it, but I seen the videos and different things and had other people. So there is a sense of the itself gravity being defied. Therefore, the constant state of the moon, because gravity is known itself to our speculation is that it's defied on the moon. It is not the same condensity that it is that we have now.
All set in a retrograde.
And then also this moon plays a big part in the corner ball of the billiards of the planets or the cosmic or the universe, where it is a line where this energy is giving to such said is the retrograde, which therefore is also considered part of this quantum entanglement that I was speaking on earlier.
Spinning the axis backwards.
So it is changing the polarities. Therefore, within our minds, we are going through different things. We are recognizing memories. We are going through different pressures. We are recognizing different signs, and we are becoming more in tune to what our sign is inclined to know. And then and we are coming to recognizing, as bro said, about self. So again, which is why one I must speak, because if the bell does not ring according to time to clarify, to even specify deeper within mind, then therefore you won't really know what time it is. So if I give you any piece of advice, I ask you, who's bad? Watch yourself when you moonwalking.
Dig that.
You know what I'm saying? Guard yourself, guard your growth. Listen, we in Ephesians 6. You got to keep Ephesians in your mind. I don't know if people really don't read the Bible. Even if you don't read the Bible, you have to think David himself, this man who did so many different things, was considered a man after God's own heart and still was considered favored to now that motherfuckers is still talking about him. And he's written in a book that's transcended in bookstores. It's the number one book stolen and it's the number one book bought. Mm-hmm. So there's not a coincidence for this nature. So what I'm saying to you right now is, if you take in Ephesians 6, he says, we are wrestling not against flesh and blood, but spiritual wickedness in high places, principalities and spiritual wickedness in high places. So therefore, take on the whole armor of God. Later, it's been talked about, even though those weren't David's words, these are things that are translated through David's spirit, through David's seed, Jesus that invicted and convicted and spoke. We're not going to do all that, but whatever. But what I'm saying is, right now is the time for us to recognize the girding of ourselves in this lucidity, in this moon that is transcending our dreams. If we're not wearing our armor before we go to sleep, if we're not checking our armor as we wake up, if we're not protecting ourselves and those that we love with the right mantras and prayers, instead of saying, damn dog, let me just hit this blunt again, nigga, I'm gonna watch this shit, I'm gonna go to sleep. Damn dog, you know what, I'm gonna fucking hit this shit, you know, I'm gonna make sure that I call Shorty back later tonight. Damn dog, you know what, let me check my feed and show how many, see what it likes it is. You know what, I might have to go to sleep. You know what, nah. Check yourself and your mental. Reflect on the 5 points of what you were doing. Did you put your left foot before your right foot on the moon this morning, on this evening? Because you can still see it when the sun shines. So don't act like what you do on the moon is not going to get seen. Just because you think the dark side is just another eclipse. Please, people, what you do right now, watch how you tread on the moon, because the emotions are going to come to you.
Everybody know the sun is always out when the moon is out, and the moon is always out when the sun is out. Mm-hmm. It's just the shine levels and their balance is always different.
We'll talk about the sun, you know what I'm saying, on the sun when we get to give them the Quazi and Omnii, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Dig that. Close it out for me.
All right, y'all. We finna get out of here again. You listening to Smoking with Flint. We got Flint the Hustler.
Yo.
And we got Quazi and Omnii.
Quazi and Omnii, man.
This was so lit.
Man, I appreciate
we appreciate
it,
y'all for tuning in.
Thank you.
And y'all have a good night.
Thank you guys for coming through.
Hey.